So how many of you have at least used, has anyone not used AI at all in their business at all yet? No one, anyone never used ChatGPT, anything like that, or is everyone a little bit familiar? All right, I'm going to assume everyone's a little familiar. So, um, from a base level, I kind of like to start easy and then expand as we grow. I have two goals for this class. One is that I never want you to do another Google search again. And my second goal for you is I want you to pick the one or two tools I talk about and start to implement AI in your business. And so let me give you an example of why. And so let's say you wanted to find a mac and cheese recipe. I'm going to start really basic, but I promise for you deep level people, we're going to get there for you. I would go to Google, I type in a mac and cheese recipe. Okay, this one won a contest. I will then scroll past stories, photos, a pop up, how grandmother used to make this on her lap when she was a child. And maybe somewhere I might find a mac and cheese recipe, right? Versus if I take the same thing and I were to go plug that into AI. And by the way, I always get this question like, which one do you recommend? What's the best one? Like right now at this moment in time, I would tell you Perplexity is what I would argue is the best one because it pulls in all of the other AI tools. So it pulls in Google, it pulls in ChatGPT, it pulls in all of them. However, you're going to notice I'm using ChatGPT. And the reason for that is because it knows me the best. And so simply, I don't want to go rebuild out everything within Perplexity. And this one knows my preferences, my likes, how I talk, my style, everything in there. And so I think the best one is the one that you'll use. But let's say I want to do that mac and cheese recipe, right? And so I go in here and I type in mac and cheese recipe. It's going to go ahead and spit me out an immediate one. I don't have to scroll past, pick. It's just going to find the best one, right? However, what I want you to do and what I want to teach you is a prompting tool that's going to help make this better for you across the board in every aspect. And the line is ask me questions you need to know in order to give me the best results. And the reason you do this is because if I ask for a mac and cheese recipe, it spit out a mac and cheese recipe. But did you want garlic mac, chicken mac, buffalo mac? What ingredients? What kind of cheeses? What's your tolerance? What's your preference? You want a little spice, right? And so if you just simply throw that prompt at the end of anything that you're doing, now it's going to help you build that. And so the same thing is true in terms of marketing. If you say, hey, spit me out a marketing plan, it's going to give you a marketing plan. But if you say, hey, ask me questions you need to know in order to give me the best results, now it's going to dial in a marketing plan that you'll do. It's going to dial in, do you like to cold call? Do you want to do neighborhood? Do you have cash to invest? Do you want to do door knockers or mailers or flyers or pay for leads? And so just by inserting that singular sentence at the end of any of your texts, you're going to get vastly better results. That makes sense? And I know I talk quick, so feel free to stop me, but we're on the clock too. So if you got any questions, just go ahead and pop in, and I'm going to keep rolling. So at a high level, I am using AI across every aspect of my life. And I'm deadly serious about this. And I'll tell you a couple stories with me. And so the first is, and this is true, I put all of my health information into one piece document within ChatGPT. And so every single time something slightly goes wrong with my body, I don't want to call my doctor, right? I'm sure you guys don't either. But those little things that happen here and there, I just kind of compile them and ask it questions and keep it in one thread. And what happened is, it said, hey, you should see your doctor. I'm a little concerned about something. I went to my doctor. We ran the physical. We ran some tests, and those all came back fine. And so ChatGPT recommended to me that I go sign up for a $2 million life insurance policy. And the reason it recommended that is because they would run a full gambit of testing on me, and I would not have to pay anything for that out of pocket. And so I went and signed up for a $2 million life insurance policy, and they ran the full gambit of testing. I then plugged those results in, and then called my doctor with that. And he said, hey, I need to see you in here tomorrow. And since then, I've had a couple of different surgeries. And quite literally, ChatGPT caught something before my doctor did. And now I have to tell you, of course, I have to give you a disclaimer. Guys, this is not a licensed medical doctor. This is not an attorney. Yes, things can be wrong in here, but I can tell you from my own personal experience that that has happened. And since I've shared this story, I've had 3 different people reach out to me with a similar story. Because again, my doctor may not have every single tiny piece of thing that went wrong, versus anytime something happens, I don't mind sending a 2-second text and putting that in AI. Other great examples. I took an 11-day trip to Hawaii. And if you're like me at all, I would spend weeks and weeks researching what hotels, what's in my budget, what excursions, what stops, who should I fly, what are the times, how much is the shuttle, what's the drive time. And I plugged all just my budget, again, asked me questions you need to know, everything I wanted. And I basically took that exact trip, and it saves me weeks of research because it knows what kind of hotels I like, what vibe, what things we like to do, what excursions. And so quite literally, it saved me weeks of time, even for things like vacation. And now if I'm like, hey, I want to go to Chicago, it's going to recommend high energy things that I like to do, somewhere to stay near the action, because it knows those things about me. Does all that make sense so far? I have also used this in my very own relationship. Yes, it will help you win fights, but even better, since the gig is up and they know what I'm doing, we'll put in things in here and say, hey, we have 2 different sides and perspectives here. Help us reach a middle ground and give us things that we could do to come to an agreement. And so therapist ChatGPT is even helping me in my relationship. And so I'm going to dive more specific, but I want to give you the high level, right? Of course, I'm using it for those things. I'm using it for marketing, my business, my Facebook, my posts, gaining my following, my digital outreach, what kind of content to do, how to set up this class, what AI tools are out there. Every aspect, I'm using it to be more efficient and to enhance what it is that I can already do. Because we've always had, for most of us, right? You grew up with the internet and we had the entire world's knowledge at our fingertips. The problem was how do we slice all that information? Which recipe is best? What is the best way to handle this? There's so much out there. You're so overloaded. And this can give you multiple different versions of that and break it down and make it very easy based on what you're looking for. And so let me give you some specific real estate examples. Everyone, this is all realtors, I assume, right? Did you guys know that you can, let me pull this up. Let's say you've got a buyer. Anyone ever have a buyer without some vision and needed to imagine a space a little differently? They wanted to change a wall color from red to green. So I can add in quartz, change a wall color, remove the clutter, remove the space, so that they can have vision, add the deck, right, for what that space could look like right within ChatGPT. Yes, I do pay for the $20 version, by the way. This is another question I get all the time. Once we dive in further to this, I cannot possibly imagine a better $20 than you could spend, because I believe that your time is worth a lot more than that, and I'm going to buy you lots of time. And so other examples, did you guys know you can actually plug documents in here? So I can plug in lease agreements. I can plug in, and by the way, it'll tell me the breakout terms of the lease. I can plug in inspection reports and say I'm the seller and say, hey, help break down the actual big ticket items on this and what's of concern and why the other ones aren't. Or say you have the buyer, hey, run a cost benefit on this in my marketplace and give me examples of what every item on here would cost to fix and give me your examples. And so it will go pull online cost estimates for these projects and break that all down for you to negotiate with. Any questions so far? Okay.
Is that from the desktop only for the file uploads, or can you do it from your iPhone?
No, you can do it from your phone. I do almost all of it from my phone.
with the plus membership or the standard?
I think I'm not sure on that. Again, I use the plus, so I don't even remember what came with not the plus, just because I've been on that one for so long.
The standard will let you do it, but it reaches a limit on how many um, higher processing things you can do.
Okay.
Perfect. So anyone ever have a buyer that spoke a different language and then you had someone there translating and you said 6 paragraphs worth of information and they said 2 sentences, and then all of a sudden your buyer's body language changed? I don't know if you're like me at all. I've seen that happen. Did you know you can live translate right here from ChatGPT back and forth? It's just you can actually talk to this little button right here. I'm going to do it on my phone, but you can literally talk to this. And so while you're driving, you could be having conversations and say, let's say you're heading to a listing. While I'm driving, I could talk through this, but I'm just going to type it. So tell me about Justin Phillips from Columbus, Ohio. And so you could be driving to someone's house, and by the way, have this run a comp on their house on the way there. Find out information about them, on who they are, what they do, what they like, while you're driving to your client's house, because if it's online, it can find it. And so you could just be having a conversation with this while you do it. And do you think that you might have a competitive advantage if you find out on here that I donate some time to the puppy shelter, that if you bring a dog toy when you come to my house, that you might have a competitive advantage against another agent? Great. All right, so watch this live translate. So I'm going to press this button and we're going to talk.
Hey, J10, what's up?
Hey, when you hear English, I want you to translate that to French. And when you hear French, I want you to translate that to English. Are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. Just go ahead and start speaking, and I'll translate each time.
Je m'appelle Justin. Qu'est-ce que tu veux avec moi?
My name is Justin. What do you want with me?
Hey, Justin. Yeah, I just really wanted you to know that you're absolutely crushing this AI presentation, even though they're not telling you are very much and it's quiet.
Hey, Justin, je voulais vraiment te dire que tu es absolument en train d'assurer cette présentation sur l'IA, même s'ils ne te le disent pas beaucoup, et que c'est calme.
And so you can now, good luck to the buyers the agents that rely on all of their customers coming from translating. I can now have conversations in Chinese, French, it doesn't matter, Pakistani. I've done all of these, and we can talk directly back and forth without needing someone else there to translate.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
What was that prompt again? I'm sorry. What did you tell it?
Yep, I just hit the little talk button and I say, hey, whenever you hear English, translate it to whatever language you want, Spanish, French, Russian, right? And whenever you hear Russian, translate that back to English.
Oh, okay.
And then we just live talk back and forth. Any other questions here? Okay. At a high level, I use this again. I've told you marketing across all aspects of life, but like I even you can build out things and upload documents in here. And so I'm a big Unreasonable Hospitality fan. And so I actually uploaded a PDF of that book in here. And so now I can ask questions based on the teachings of Unreasonable Hospitality and have a pocket version of that book that I can speak to on my event planning, on a past client event, on an AI class, and how could I make it more within the teachings of Unreasonable Hospitality? I can build my own boardroom. And so let's say that I want to help me solve my lead generation problem for real estate. And I want you, maybe it's slow. Be wary if you keep 30 AI tabs open on your computer. It's not going to be very happy with you. So help me solve my lead generation problem. I want you to create a boardroom of, I like Gary Vee. I like Alex Hormozy. I love Glenda Baker. And I just heard Jared James speak. He was pretty great at that. And so have them discuss the idea based on their teachings. And so instead of me spitting out different ideas, I can build my own AI boardroom based on all of these experts in their crafts teachings and tell me what I need to do to solve my problem. And so do you think that I might have a tactical advantage against someone else who's Googling online, how do I find marketing? And so then it's literally going to have them talking from their perspective based on their teachings online, give me different strategies on how to solve my problem. And then they discuss it. And then I can pick the framework that I like the best. Any questions here?
So do you, Justin, this is Johnson. Do you use ChatGPT for marketing and then Perplexity for other? What is Perplexity better for?
I only use ChatGPT because it knows me the best. I was just pointing out I always get the question, which one is the best? And technically my answer to you would be Perplexity. I'm not using the best one because this one knows me the best, and therefore it's going to give me better results.
Got it. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so, the best one is the one that you're already using. Or if you're not using one, then I would just pick one. They're all a little bit different. But to me, it's which one are you going to use right now? There's not like such a noticeable difference that I would say you absolutely need to use this one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Any other questions here? Okay. We only have it's 30 minutes and I'm already at 52. So I'm going to move quickly, but this is my do anything button. This is my solve any problem. This is my fix anything that I want. This leads me to all the other tools, and I would start here. And by the way, guys, I really want to acknowledge that I have trained 85-year-old realtors on ChatGPT, because if you can type sentences in Google, you can use AI. There's nothing that I'm doing here that is outside of your reach. If you know how to do a Google search, you can do all of these. And in fact, you don't even have to know how to type a sentence. You can press a button and talk to it and be able to achieve anything that I'm doing here right now. And so the biggest goal is of course, never want you to do another Google search again, but I want you to get comfortable typing sentences or talking to this, because you literally have the entire world's knowledge and experts at your fingertips on any topic or problem that you want. And if I can just convince you to open the app and start using it, I literally guarantee I'm going to make you more efficient, buy you more time and better aspects of your life. With love. All right, I'm going to move on from here. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you here. I lied. There's also apps within here, right under the apps tab. And did you guys know that Canva, Expedia, Photoshop, Adobe, Zillow is all interconnected within ChatGPT? And so, and I know how realtors feel about Zillow, y'all. I get it. I really do. However, your buyers can now connect with their ChatGPT and Zillow and set up custom searches with more details than you could provide them on most of your MLS searches. And the reason being is because ChatGPT can search Zillow and draw a map around the lake listings. And if they want to be within 7 minutes of the lake and need a pole barn, it can go search all of that efficiently and see the schools and see the tax rates and find all that data and set up more detailed searches than typically you can on any of your MLSs. And you can set up your targeting this way too, to find things that you may not normally find within the MLS. And the last thing I will show you here, which is probably the most impressive, is called agent mode. And it's right in here, and you can use this on your phone or here. Did you guys know that within ChatGPT, so order me a pizza to the 5 corporate office. We were all together for 20 people. and make the best decisions on what you want. Judgments on the pizza. I don't want to decide. And quite literally, agent mode can access your computer, your internet, and go do tasks for you. Hold, please. All right, I might have to rerun it. Oh, is it working? We're close. Let's try it again. Sorry on the delay, y'all. All right. Here it goes. Thank you. All right. So now it is going to go. And by the way, I don't have to be anywhere near my computer. I could be doing phone calls, doing else that I want. It's going to try and figure out what 5 is. It thinks it's near me, but it can go and complete tasks for me. Does anyone know the address there? Is there even a corporate office?
It's probably in St. George, Utah.
Where is it?
Sure. St. George, Utah.
Okay. St. George, Utah. I mean, we can let it go. Let's see if it finds it. Fiv Realty, right? But my point is, while this is going to reload again, is that this can literally go complete any task that I have online. And so I've used this. Has anyone right now wake up in the morning and get on Facebook and send out 30 happy birthdays? Well, if you happen to be friends with me and you got a happy birthday message, even though it felt really unique, authentic, and custom to you, I hate to break it to you, but I had AI do that in the morning while I was making my coffee. And if I let this go, by the way, it will literally ask me for my credit card and then order the pizza entirely for me while I can do anything else that I want. Another use case of this is I had like multiple spreadsheets with duplicates in there. And I don't know about y'all, but that just drives me nuts. And I just had it go organize all those, get rid of the duplicates, merge it into one document, and save it for me. If there's a task that you do online, this can go literally do it for you while you're doing anything else that you want to. Do you think that I might be able to buy you some time now knowing that this exists?
Absolutely.
What? Go ahead. What would you say?
I said that's amazing. Like the prompt. Where did you go to get that?
Yeah, it's just called agent mode right here within a normal chat GPT.
So what's the difference between the agent if it's doing something for you in the agent mode?
Yeah, so
as opposed to doing it in like normal mode.
So normal mode can go search and give me the info. Agent mode could go on my Facebook, pull up all the people whose birthday it is, write out a custom happy birthday message to them, and send it while I'm doing whatever else I want. If I don't stop,
you have to link your Facebook.
Yeah, it'll ask me for my login, but let's say I don't need a login like this. It can go do any task.
Cool.
So literally, it can do anything that you're doing digitally right now and take it off your plate for you. And I will have to stop this, or it's literally going to order 20 pizzas to the Fiv office.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Good.
I've been using GPT. I pay for the $20 a month version, but it's the first I've heard of the agent mode. So that's cool. So thank you for that. That's awesome.
Yep. All right, I'm going to stop this, y'all. Any other questions here? I'm sorry, Nazir, I'm not getting y'all the pizza, buddy. Okay, I'm going to move on. And someone just keep tell me when I'm out of clock, because I can literally this could easily be a 2-hour class. I'm just moving as fast as I can. So I can do hyper realistic videos, anything I want. I can
I'm ready to sell your home.
I can do this without audio.
I'm ready to sell your home.
look at this. This is just one that I built within 30 seconds before I jumped on here. I can make that way more realistic. I could turn him into a Viking. There I am playing a piano on fire in a field. To have him flying in on a pink unicorn.
What app is this one?
This is through Google's. By the way, I am going to have something that I give you that breaks down all of these for you at the end. That'll be the last thing I do. So if you're like trying to scribble and write everything, I've got something that gives you all of it. So this breaks down for you I can take any photo and turn it into a hyper realistic video with anything that I want. This is through Google. It's called Flow. And to answer you technical people's questions, technically right now, I would recommend Higgsfield AI because it is similar to Perplexity, where it pulls all of the different video models and puts that into one output. Again, that's probably going to give you the best results. I am most comfortable with Flow. Here we are using Flow. Make sense? Okay. This next one is... And I guess I'm already over clock. How much longer do you want me to go?
Yeah, it's up to you. We can do like 15 more minutes.
All right, you guys want to do 15 more? Everyone down? Okay, I'm gonna roll. All right, and then if you want to have me back, feel free to have me back. So this one is called, I'm just gonna be moving quick, y'all, because I want to give you as much as possible in the time that I've got. This one is called thanks.io. Like thank you.io. What this does is this creates hyper realistic mailers, a little old school, that looks like real handwriting, that you can send gift cards, hyper personalized, pull right from your CRM. What I like about it, it can even make spelling mistakes if you want and cross something out. But what I like about it is the integration that has with it and the data it has. And so quite literally, by the way, you can get this for free, just paying the cost of your mailers at, or if you decide to pay for the monthly one, then you can pay like 73 cents a pop for a postcard. But what I like is the data. And so it can pull targeted lists of most likely to sell, people who live in Dublin, Ohio, that have a pool, people with over 50% equity, people that are high income earners, people that are high income earners who are renting. And so you can get really targeted with your data and mailers and write a mailer that directly applies to the person you're targeting it to. In our marketplace, someone's using this and they have over a 50% scan rate on their QR code, because what they're doing is sending them a photo with their house on it, that it, by the way, pulled with Google Street View. And it says, hey, Jack and Jan, on the front of it, how high is your curiosity gap? Do you think if you get a postcard with a picture of your house on it and your name on there? Yes, you're correct. It's high. So over 50% scan rate, y'all, using mailers. Because they're pulling in AI tools and data and filtering that down. I'm going to move on to the next one. This one's called Motion. Motion, what this does is it uses AI integrations in your calendar. And so it will create tasks, movable ones. I can run playbooks in here. And so that, let's say anyone's day in real estate ever get messed up. Yeah, of course, right? And then you forget that you were supposed to send something out. Well, this, as you move, brings it to the next open gap in your calendar so that you never forget a task. So when you have a selling, all the 42 things you guys send when you have a listing, you can automate that playbook so it sends them out and so that they fill into the gaps in your calendar so you never miss anything and check them off as you go. And it dynamically moves if we miss stuff. This one is called Hey Jen. You're not in my market, but if you were, you would know a man named Andrew Robinson.
Check out our listing on Matt Court, where thoughtful updates, smart home features, and a flexible layout come together in Big Bear Farms.
And if you did live in our market and know Andrew Robinson, you would know that that looks and sounds exactly like him, because you can create an AI twin of you. And so he has his videographer go do videos and then throws it into AI and has it write a script, and then puts his face talking over it so he has seamless content despite never walking a house. that is called Hagen. This next one is called Front Door. This one live connects. This one's free for your first use, so I would include this in every single buyer's home buyer packet, where it live connects them with a licensed plumber, electrician, anything that they need. And they, instead of calling you at 11 p.m. because their sump pump failed in their basement is flooding, can call a licensed plumber or electrician with the touch of a button. I am going to skip around and not go over all these. So if we decide to have me come back, we can do them. I'm just going to cover the last couple ones that I really want you to have. This is Opus Pro. What this does is this can take any video that you have and edit it, add caption, create shorts, add B-roll, add hooks, giving you professional quality video just by uploading your normal footage. There goes your videographer, editor.
How much is this one for monthly? Oh, this is free.
Yeah, most of these things, I buy like all these, all of them pretty much are like 15 or 20 bucks a month.
Got
and
it.
So again, whatever you paid your videographer to edit your clips was a lot more than this, I guarantee it.
So you upload the raw material and then it'll trade. Okay.
I can upload a 3-hour video and get 36 shorts out of it with AI B-roll.
Great.
Oh, I gotta show you Notebook LM. Notebook LM is again through Google. So I can upload anything that I want. So like I gave a speech on that I spoke on Rebel. And in here I said, hey, I want you to build me out a slide deck for that. And so this was the slide deck it built based on my speech. I'm talking about Mrs. Doubtfire here. All done through AI. And it took me about 13 seconds to have a professional slide deck. By the way, it can do audio AI podcasts, videos explaining it, mind maps, reports, flashcards, quizzes, infographics, data table, all based on just me uploading my speech in here. Fixer, FYXER. This will go learn how you type, learn how you handle your emails, build out automated responses for all of them. And then you click send if you like the response, or you can edit and tweak it. And so when you come in the morning, you got 46 emails, you may have to only spend 2 minutes on them as opposed to 2 hours. Google AI Studio. Let's say you're not the most tech savvy person and you're like, Justin, this all sounds great, but I don't know how to do any of this. Well, great. Go to Gemini under Google AI Studio, and you can actually share your screen and have a conversation with it. And so say, hey, I was learning about, I heard him say something really quick about like this Opus Pro. I don't know how to use this. And it'll tell you what button to click and how it works and walk you through it step by step because it can see your screen. I can pretty much solve any tech problem I ever have with this, apparently besides my flashing screen, but once I get out of here, I can fix it. It could walk me through why that was happening and how to do it, and I make changes live instead of calling, my nephew or whoever else. Flow, again, is how I do any of my videos. I will show you Marika. I think this is probably my favorite. Not the most utility tool, but certainly the most personal. Let me see if I can pull it up. All right. So this it's called Marika. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
There's a new logo popping up on my feed. Slick back and go, big disruptor energy. I said 5. How do you say that? They said not 5, babe. It's 5. Relax.
CEO Nazar in a tailored suit. Talking scale, culture, revenue pursuit.
All right. So I built that in 30 seconds. I said I'm doing an AI presentation on Fiv, and I put it in ChatGPT. I plugged it right into here into Marika, and I can build you a custom song on anything that I want. And I know that people feel like AI isn't personal, but I don't know about you, but imagine you're up against another agent and they send them a generic happy birthday on Facebook, and you send them a custom happy birthday song about their life and their friendship and how you met. Do you think that I might have a strategic advantage against the other realtor? Do you think that they are going to feel like this was impersonal, or do you think that they might feel really special about it? Gentlemen, you're welcome. I just made your anniversary a lot better, y'all. And so in a matter of seconds, I can create something that feels extremely personal, that can create emotion. And I can leverage AI to build something even more personal, not just speeding up and cold calling and doing out my outreach. If I sent this to you and you had no idea, I bet you would have felt extremely special that I built that for you. Now I'm letting you in on the secret that it took 30 seconds, but the reality is can I use these tools to even win better relationships by making it feel more personal? And so I know that I'm running out of clock, but let me leave you with this. One, I never want you to use another Google search again, with love. But two, I want you to think about the agents who are leveraging AI for their marketing, their tools, their posts, their scaling. They're using it to dial in their calendar so they never miss a task. They're automating and sending out personal written mailers to dominate their neighborhood. They're putting out video and content through listing in the matter of seconds. They're updating all their previous buyers and helping them with any repairs. They are using this to edit video clips and customize that and get it out, respond to all their emails, build out their presentations, build out their slide decks, create their classes, and send custom happy birthday songs. Do you think that agent might have a time advantage against someone not using any of these tools? And I don't think that real estate's going away. And I don't think that anytime in the future that AI will be holding a buyer's hand throughout the largest purchase of their life that is highly emotional. But I do believe that agents that are leaning in and leveraging these tools have a strategic and time advantage against those who are not. And so I want to be mindful of your time. And that's what I got for y'all. If you'd like to have me back for another time, I'd be happy to go through more of those. I've got about 15 more tools I can show you. But that's what I got for you. Thanks for having me out today, unless you got anything else for me.
What was the name of the mailer?
Thanks.io. I will send you, Emily, I'll send you that link to everything I have in there. Does that work? That way you can send it out to everyone?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. And just so everybody knows, like, this is recorded and I'll upload it in Circle so that you guys can go back. I know I'm going to go back and watch certain, parts that you might have missed or whatever. And yeah, just super appreciate you jumping on, Justin, and teaching us. And yeah, we'd love to have you back another time.
Okay, yeah, I'd love to come back for a part 2 if you want. I got a lot more I can show you. If you guys want to follow me, I did drop my Instagram in there, and then I will get you out the email with all of the tools, even the ones we didn't go over today.
Cool. That's awesome. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks. Any final things for me, guys?
It was great. Thank you so much.
Yes, that's a lot.
Really helpful.
All right. Well, thanks for having me.